How we doing, CAAIR? Jay, Oklahoma. Holy shit, I didn't know Adrian was bringing roadies now. Have to take a closer look at Brandon when we get in the light. No, I really appreciate Adrian bringing me out here to do this. I've been doing comedy for a little while. You know, I started as a break from my wife and kids. Anybody got kids in here? Yeah, bunch of parents, huh? My wife and I have 4 kids. Only one was planned, and we don't know which one because they were twins. But yeah, I'd like to do stand-up as an outlet, you know, take a little break from the kids. And I was about halfway down the driveway here, and I turned to my oldest and said, I don't know we're ever going to see your brothers and sisters again. Way the fuck out here. This has been raining all day. I'm like, yeah, it keeps the chicken shit smell down. It's good. It'll be good for the boys. I got some things to say about chickens in a little bit, but I'll get there. No, I really do. I enjoy it. You know, have been, not here, but where you guys are before, and you know, life can be hard to deal with. You know, kids. I got a 17-year-old, twin 15-year-olds, and a 13-year-old. But the 13-year-old's got special needs. He's nonverbal. He has seizures all the time. He's tried to die on us a bunch of times, and you know, it's gotten better because, you know, as the other kids have gotten older, they help out a lot. And just a couple months ago, my wife and I were able to sneak away. We sneak away an hour at a time, something like that. And we went to a nice Italian place. We sat down, take our first deep breath of the evening, and all of a sudden my cell phone rang, and I looked down, and it says, Hans Family Landline. We had a landline installed simply so the kids could call 911 if something happened. And I pick up the phone, my middle boy's on the phone. He goes, Dad, I have a question. Now this kid, every sentence starts with, I have a question. Life-changing crisis or mundane observation. This kid's going, Dad, I have a question. Can I put a pan of lasagna in the microwave to reheat? No, buddy. Can't put metal in the microwave. Okay. Dad, I have a question. Is a microwave fire like a grease fire? Where if you put it out with water, it spreads? I go, I don't think so, but I don't know. Okay, Dad, I have a question. Do we have a fire extinguisher in the kitchen? So anyway, I pick up the phone. Dad, I have a question. My wife's looking at me, absolutely panicked. I go, yeah, bud, what's up? He goes, what does a woman say to a man with a large penis? And I said, huh? And he said, what does a woman say to a man with a large penis? And I said, buddy, I don't know. He said, I knew you wouldn't know the answer. My wife's panicked, looking at me. I'm like, babe, it's okay. So calm down. I just got to make a phone call real quick. Hey, Dad, I got a question. But it is fun. It's hard when you get up here, you don't really have much to talk about. Sometimes you struggle for material. And my wife gave me the best advice that I've gotten yet in the time that I've been doing it. She said, Ted, you're an interesting guy. Been on this recovery journey. You got 4 kids. You're a lawyer. I think you should get up there and find something that you're passionate about, that you don't think people think about enough. And try and find some funny in there. And worst case scenario, if you bomb, all you did was spread some awareness for a few minutes. So you guys know who Rosa Parks is? Yeah. Everybody? We were all taught when we were growing up, you know, as this lady got onto a vehicle, did something real brave and groundbreaking, improved the world as we know it. Y'all know what Roadhead is? Now, my personal experience with Roadhead was mostly from 2008 to 2011 on the Indian Nation Turnpike. Anybody know the Indian Nation's Turnpike? There's roads like it everywhere. It's about a 100-mile highway from Hugo to Henrietta. There's no radio stations. You get a milkshake at the first exit, and then you'll hardly ever see another human being. 4-lane highway, wide roads. I can feel the pullback here. Jeez, did this guy get up there to talk about getting his dick sucked and endangering other innocent motorists? No. It's a historical exercise. What I can't stop thinking about, what I lay in bed at night staring at the ceiling thinking about, is where did it start? Because my great-grandfather was the first adult male in my family to have a motor vehicle. It started before then. I like to think of the land run. Manifest Destiny, covered wagon, peaceful prairie. Man looking to his faithful wife. She's given birth to 13 kids in 12 years. 7 of them have survived. They're in the back making rock soup. Nobody's seen hot water since the Cumberland Gap. Imagine the salesmanship on that guy. The moxie. And that woman is an innovative champion. Say her name. Listen, everybody in this room knows who Rosa Parks is. And I'm not discounting civil rights, but everyone in this room also knows who the Hoktua girl is. Can we not find some educational room in the middle there? And it's about to be a lost art. I just watched a video of a self-driving car go from San Diego to New York City with nobody touching the steering wheel. Can you imagine what these kids are going to be doing? They're going to be having road Eiffel Towers and road rusty trombones and road Tuscaloosa beef wraps. I do appreciate getting to get up here and do this. Like I said, I started doing comedy a couple years ago, and the hardest thing about being a regional comic, I'm in Oklahoma City, and the hardest thing is there's one real comedy club there. Bricktown's great, but if they give me every single spot that I can get in a month, you're talking about a handful of spots, and a similarly situated guy having a midlife crisis in Austin or New York City or Los Angeles, he can walk up and down the street and do half a dozen spots in a night. But people have said, Ted, you're getting comfortable up there. And I've been afraid to tell them, but I can tell you guys. Found a loophole. Life hack. As long as you're willing to start with the right opener. My name is Ted Hands, and I'm an alcoholic. You can get 5 minutes every hour of the day. There's a whole app with meetings. This is my 3rd spot today. And the crowds are obviously fucking great. They're all ex-drunks. There's no premise off limits. Half of what we do up here is build up tension. Tension's already built up in those rooms. Guys bringing in guns. The only bad part has been, I figured out I was a fucking alcoholic. And I know it sounds weird, but now I got to stay in constant contact with a God of my understanding, take personal inventory, and try and be more tolerant and get rid of self. And I find that being able to do comedy helps me to feel as close to God of my understanding as I can get. And I know it's weird, but everyone was brought up different, but I was taught that Christ hung out with the dreamers and the mentally ill and the outcasts and the hopeless. I don't know if you guys have looked around here yet tonight. But Jesus would have fucking loved the CAAIR Center, Jay, Oklahoma, on this Saturday night. But it is fun. We got any pet owners here? You guys own dogs? I got a couple of dogs at home, and when I started categorizing resentments, I figured out real early on, I resent the hell out of shelters, especially those kill shelters. Both my dogs are rescues. The first one rescued some other poor bastard from spending $1,400 on something called a Newfie Poo. But the second one, we actually went and got at the pound. Christmas Eve, one of those Facebook posts, hey, if you don't show up and pick up one of these puppies, we're throwing them in the wood chipper or whatever. We're Christmas. And my kids look at me and I go, all right, guys, let's go. We'll go down to the pound. And we sit there and they fall in love with the dog. And I go, all right, I'll take on this responsibility of another dog on top of the 4 fucking kids and my active alcoholism and everything else. And they go, immediately, can you fill out this paperwork? Employment check, background check, 3 references. I'm like, weren't you just going to toss him in the gas chamber? But my life changed when I realized that you can walk into Tractor Supply and walk out of there with as many cute little birds as you want. They don't ask for ID. They don't do a background check. Do you know what sort of terrible legal and ethical consequences you face if you just buy a bunch of birds and play with them till you get tired of them and then drive out on the back road and open up the back door and kick them out the door and drive home? Neither do I. I don't think there are any. But eventually I got tired. You know, we started to normalize. Everything costs an arm and a leg. I'm driving through a drive-through window with my kid, and he orders a chicken sandwich, and the lady comes over the speaker, goes, $12. I go, do I get to fuck the chicken first? But I got tired of pitching these birds out my window, Johnny Appleseed of Logan County for yard birds. So I let my wife convert a garden house into a chicken coop, and now we got all these fucking birds wandering around. And I wanted to hate them, but they're fucking fascinating. They're incredible to watch. We got a dozen of the regular chickens, and they walk around like velociraptors. We started out with 3 of these cute little bantam chickens. They look like little quail. They lay these little baby eggs. We lost a couple of them, but we got one left. And we got these ducks. Ducks are incredible. You know, most birds, they don't have a penis and a vagina. They got a cloaca, so it's like a dry O-ring on a dry O-ring. Ducks are completely on the other side of the scale. Ducks have a corkscrew penis that is 1.5 times as long as they are. And I never would have figured this out. But did you know that when you fill a kiddie pool up with clear water, it makes the ducks think they're at Hedonism, Jamaica? Those girls get in the water and start moving around, and the boys come tearing in. It's incredible. And I've started beekeeping. Bees, I don't want to bore you guys, but bees are fucking fascinating. It's absolutely incredible. You know, most of us have never seen a male honeybee, live, living male honeybee. They're only 10% of the hive, and male honeybees don't do shit. Male honeybees hang around the hive. They can't sting. They can't gather nectar. The only time they leave, they go out to a drone congregating area. And a couple of hundred of them try and gangbang. Hope a virgin queen flies by, and they try and gangbang her. And 12 to 18 of them will pump enough bee cum into that queen that she gets 3 times her size and can lay 3 million eggs over the course of 5 years. And the lucky males, they work so hard to empty themselves, totally drain the tank, that they can't remove themselves. So their bodies separate in half, and they fall to the ground and die. You know what else is crazy? You know what else dies after mating? Bantam chickens. The 2 I fucked did. I mean, I know it's a small sample size. I think we can try this one. I really do love AA meetings because nothing's off limits. And I'm going to treat this like that, if that's okay. You guys are comfortable talking about it? Sir, you look like a kind of strong, virile man I'm looking for. Let me ask you a question. What's your name? Zeke? Can I call you Zeke? Yeah, Zeke. Good to meet you, Zeke. Have you ever in your life, even once, experienced erectile dysfunction? Now, I'll bear in mind that we're in a rehab. There is a thing called whiskey dick. You never had a girl look at you like the 5th time of the night? You know what? I don't want to call Zeke out. I've found that there's 2 types of guys in the world. There are those of us that have experienced erectile dysfunction and are brave enough to admit it. Fucking liars. The same thing happened to me. Same thing happened to me. And about the time I turned 40, all of a sudden...
medication to combat.
Zeke, you're my man. We're about to get there. Because about the time I turned 40 years old, I was watching a podcast or something, and a pop-up ad pops up. It said, have you ever experienced erectile dysfunction? I go, nah, fuck you. 10 seconds later, are you sure? I don't even know what happened. I click a couple buttons. All of a sudden, I was getting 10 on-demand boner sweethearts every month. And I was embarrassed about it at first. I'm stuffing them in a drawer for a couple of years. Y'all, I've been trying them lately. They're fucking delicious. And they really work. My wife's exhausted. She's like, dude, you're carrying one around on you all the time. And I told her, I'm waiting for someone to poke holes in this. But I've come to realize that my personal policy on boners is identical to my personal policy on guns. It's always better to have one, not need it, than to need it and not have it. Is there anything worse than needing one and not having it? She's looking at you like, babe, you're like, come on, man. I had a tough week at work. I thought about my grandmother's feet. Give me 5 minutes and a Gatorade. You got to keep it clean, well maintained. You don't want to pull it out rusty, gunky, looking like nobody's used it a couple of years. You can carry it in public. It may make some people uncomfortable when they realize you've got one, but it is legal. You probably shouldn't take it out in public unless you're ready to use it. And even if you take it out and don't use it, you're probably going to be talking to the cops afterwards. You got to maintain barrel discipline, know what you're aiming at, know when you're pulling the trigger, otherwise it's, God damn, I shot Marvin in the face. You should never play with it drunk. That's how tragedies happen. You got to keep it safe and secure. Can you imagine having to explain a child finding it and playing with it? If you use it on your parents, pretty much have to kill yourself afterwards. And if you ever find me with one in my mouth, I hope I'm not in the passenger seat on the Indian Nation's Turnpike. Y'all, I've been Ted Hands. That's my time. Thank y'all very much. You have a wonderful evening. Give it up for your host, Brandon.